What's up, guys? It's UMB Universe. This is a different setup because I'm still basically in the same setup that I was when I was playing Kingdom Hearts. By the way, yes, critical mode is still as hard as I showed you during my live stream. So that much is taking up some of my time. But this is MLP, and I'm not gonna waste any time on that. So I don't know what this episode is. Just know it's episode 5. So this is episode 201. We're gonna go off into the rest of what the season has to offer until we reach the inevitable conclusion that will make me sad. Alright, let's go. 3, 2, 1 now. Alright, let's go. Okay, we're doing good. Doing good so far. So far, episode's perfect. Vale's here. Oh, she's fine. She's more durable than you know. I am so happy that she's able to talk. Just talk.
Figurines that I'm totally surprised by and haven't been hinting that I need forever.
Well, it's for Twilight.
Okay, no.
You're welcome.
Bye, you majestic. Ah.
So's this. Really? She couldn't have put it into the box?
Hey, you're a better mail system than any.
I have been conducting a thorough cleaning of the castle, and I came across a few items of yours in your old room. I thought you might want them back. I didn't know I'd left anything.
Us either.
Ah, look. Remember this? It's the macaroni picture frame Cadence helped me make when I was a filly.
Huh?
Who could forget a masterpiece like that?
Oh, come on. It's art genius.
Figure, and some of my favorite school scrolls.
References. References.
My extra credit report on the impediments of using magic in everyday chores.
Of course.
Still so true.
Is my Smash Fortune comic in there?
I like how she just read it in her head instead of reading it out loud. That's so good. Because it's realistic. People do that.
Oh no, oh no, oh no!
What's wrong?
Let me guess, an overdue library book.
Library book.
It's an overdue library book.
It belongs to the Canterlot Library. That means it's
Overdue.
overdue.
Season 2. Season 2. God of Chaos and Disharmony. Season 9. Episode 5. The biggest threat that we have so far. Overdue library book. God damn it, Twilight, never change. Ah.
You don't understand, Spike. I have a perfect library book return record.
Of course you do.
Dad, a perfect record.
Yeah, it's done now.
Oh, I've never turned in a book even a minute late. And this one has been
What?
overdue since I left for Ponyville.
How long has that been? I know it's been years. That much is true. Point of no return. Wow, you just...
Make sure you bring this one back on time. We've got a long waiting list of ponies who can't wait to read it.
Oh.
I promise I won't let you down.
Oh.
Of course you won't, dear. If there's any pony I can trust to take care of a book, it's you, Twilight Sparkle.
Oh.
After all, you still hold the best book borrower title.
Ooh,
Oh.
forever. Spike! Quick, find me that old copy of Predictions and Prophecies. What's that for?
Well, it was a gift from Moondancer, but...
Oh, Spike. No, we don't have time for that sort of thing. Dusty Pages prided herself that no books were damaged or lost on her watch, and I failed her. I failed myself.
I take it.
Yes, you did, but... Oh my god. Yep, already, this season has turned out to be really friggin' good. Like, the minor hiccup was the School 6 episode, but that had its own personal qualities. But to reference episode 1...
Why are we hiding? Don't you want to return your book?
Yes, but what
Yeah.
if the pony sees me in there? I'm the princess of Friendship.
And...
Everywhere I go, ponies
Oh.
recognize me. I'll stick out like a sore
Right.
Princess Twilight Sparkle in a library? Stop the presses!
A late book is a
We never seen something as this before.
Pages revokes my library card. Or bans me from ever entering the building again.
that library photo though.
Most of those books in your collection at home?
Yes, but the ones
I mean,
there have a special Canterlot library-y smell.
You sniff books?
You don't?
Yeah, just walk back away slowly.
If I'm not a good example of proper book borrowing behavior, what kind of princess am I?
One that makes mistakes like every pony else. Trust me.
And you've been doing this for years. You're fine.
Thanks, Spike. Let's go.
Oh, she wasn't even trying to pay attention to you. Oh man. Okay, that's a little excessive, but alright, sure. Put down the
Princess Twilight! So good to see you.
This is a library.
Need some
Shush!
from the new release section? Is that the new edition of Moon Curve 7 Theories on Bending Time? I have been waiting for the release and...
Yeah.
No books today.
Salvador Dali.
But I do need to speak with Dusty Pages about a sensitive matter.
Dusty who?
Dusty Pages, the head librarian. She's worked here forever.
They're not gonna do what I think they're gonna do.
I don't know her. Now, was there some other way I can help the library's best book borrower?
Well, it's still here. Huh.
Just ask her where to return an overdue book. It's no big deal. It happens all the time.
Not to me, it doesn't.
Well, it did this time because you were kind of in like big panic mode. Well, not panic mode.
A book out this long will probably
Research
cost
want
1,000
mode.
bits.
We have an overdue book.
Oh, well, that's no problem at all. In fact, it happens all the time.
See?
I'll just find it in the card catalog. Number 18905, got it. Oh, wow.
Whoa.
I haven't seen a book that's late in, well, ever.
Uh,
We need to go and see First Folio in the grossly overdue book return office for ponies who should know better. Don't pull any punches with those names, do you?
Yeah, I mean, but wow, okay.
In the basement because of the shame.
Of course. Jesus. Everyone makes mistakes, Twilight. Yeah, this is one of the big ones. It's like,
No pony except
I got in big trouble from overdoing a book for like 5 days.
And faithful dragon companions. Hey, it looks like First Folio left a note on the door.
Abandon hope, all ye who enter.
Out for lunch at Restaurant Row. Guess we'll have to try back.
Oh
later.
god.
No, I can't wait another minute to return this book. In the time it took us to get there, I racked up another 17 bits in late fees. We're going to lunch.
Dang.
Good,
What?
'cause I'm
What?
starving.
Okay.
Oh, you mean to find First Folio? Can we at least get takeout?
It's like you have to diversify your first folio.
Librarian type ponies.
Twilight, we tried this at
Hey,
3 other
that's-
restaurants already.
And my
So any librarian like ponies, it's like that's subjective.
Waiter, we're ready to order.
Oh, I'm not actually.
3 samosas, 2 curry specials. Do you think that's enough for the 2?
And I remember this place. Don't think I
I
don't.
would probably order some naan as well. For the table?
Sounds great.
Twilight, is that you?
Moon Dancer.
Hey, Moon Dancer.
I'm just visiting. No real reason.
Well, it's good to see you. I'm just meeting my friend, First Folio, for lunch. Do you want to join us?
Oh, there you go.
Folio.
Oh.
Yes. I mean, thank you.
Oh, she has that.
Princess.
She has that look to her. Okay.
Did you know your picture is still up in our library as the best book borrower?
Yeah, I was hoping I could talk to Dusty Pages about that.
Oh, Dusty Pages left the library moons ago. Didn't you know?
Okay.
Oh, I heard she was forced to.
Of course.
leave. It's so sad.
What, really?
She loved the
What? Why?
library.
Wait.
What'd she do?
To leave?
Uh-huh.
What'd she do?
She had a perfect librarian record until one careless pony didn't return a book. Ruined it all.
Are you okay, Twilight?
Uh-huh. Would, do you excuse me?
Okay, now things gotten personnel, kid. I cannot.
You can take it.
Huh.
Twilight, what's wrong?
Okay.
Dusty Pages isn't
Whoa.
working at the library anymore because I didn't return this book. Spike, I think I got her fired.
Now, they could be pulling some of our legs, but as I see now, yeah, I would be... I'd kind of be in a bit of a panic mode, because...
She used to invite me
Just
over
imagine.
all the time.
It's just imagine if you did something to cause someone else's life to be ruined. Oh.
So you're not gonna return the book?
No, Dusty Pages is. It's my fault she lost her job. So if I give her the book, she can get her old job back. It'll fix everything.
Hopefully. Hopefully. What's all the signs with the X's on it? What's up with that?
See the sign? No
Yeah.
sales ponies.
Oh,
But
I'm
we're not
selling any.
sales.
No carolers either. No surveys, no petitions, no free literature.
No problem. I'm just
Stop
looking
it.
for some pony who's
Dumbbells.
I'm pretty sure this was her house.
Dusty Pages?
Yes.
Hold on. She moved to Silver something. Shoals, Seas, Surfer, whatever. When you find her,
Okay.
give her this.
All of her mail. Huh.
It's been stacking up for years. And tell her to change her address.
Stacking up for years, so definitely more than 2 at least. Jesus. Wow. Dusty Pages gets around, man. I mean, like, she is not confined to one area. It's either she's soul searching or what's up. She better not be the villain of this season. That's already up to Grogar. Man. This seems like the best place you would probably be.
Stable community for the best golden years. This has to be it.
I hope so. It's the last silver spot on the map we haven't looked.
Wow. And of course, if she is here, it's always the last place you look.
This
So,
place is terrible. I know. There's not a single bookshelf in sight. Poor Dusty. Excuse me. Yes. How
you know,
may I help
retirement homes in on themselves always kind of make me depressed, so.
Oh, yes. Her apartment is in the next complex, ground floor.
Thank you.
Finally.
I can't believe that my carelessness sent her here when she could be happily.
We don't know that for sure, but it's probably for sure.
Smelling books.
You realize that might just be a you thing, right?
Yeah, that's like, you're going near creepy territories
Here
here.
we go.
Where do you keep that?
She's bound to be back soon. Maybe we should just wait here.
No, we are fixing this now. This place isn't that big. We can find her.
You're really racking up the tension on this, I can tell.
But we're looking for Dusty Pages. Have you seen her?
Sure have.
Could you? Remember, they're old.
And
You gotta be very.
Early to get to her Bungby the tea session.
Which is right before she leads the woodworking class with me.
They are good painters.
Oh, and don't forget theater rehearsal. Dusty's playing the lead role. Again.
Dang.
Then there's her band practice later.
thank you.
Wow.
He's a good painter, especially that one. He's good with happy little trees. I can tell you that much.
Days with distractions to cover the pain of losing the best job ever. But not
Actually, I think that's just because she's very talented. But hey, Man, this lady's fast. So fast, in fact, it's like she's teleporting. Maybe she's just a figment of Twilight's imagination. She never existed to begin with. Huh. Okay, that one old lady over there is always going all over the place.
Finally! Come on, Spike.
Wait, she looks pretty happy up there.
Yeah, she does. She's pretty spry for her age, yeah.
A lot happier when I deliver the good news that she can go back to working at the library.
I think this is a retirement home for. Okay, that's just rude. That's just straight rude.
Sparkle, my stars!
There we go.
It's so wonderful to see you. What are you doing here?
I've been looking all over Equestria for you. I need to tell you something.
Well, you brought my mail. Oh, thank you. Oh,
No.
She is very strong.
Yes, we did. But that's not why we're here. I let you down.
All ponies in this
I can't
universe are
forgive
these
myself
just
until I set things
spry as
right.
ever.
I don't remember you doing anything wrong.
You told me to take special care of a book I checked out from the Canterlot Library, and I never brought it back.
It was you that had that book out? The one that broke my perfect record?
But now you can bring it to Canterlot
So that did
Library
happen.
and
Okay.
get your job back.
No, thank you. I don't ever need to see that library again. Now, if you'll excuse
Yeah.
me, I have somewhere to be.
Ooh. The plot thickens! It thickens! Okay, I'm actually pretty impressed so far. Like, when I say so far, I just mean everything here is just great. And they're like, no.
I don't understand.
So you deal with it or leave.
Pages won't go back to Canterlot Library and explain everything, then she won't be able to get her job back. Even worse, her
She doesn't seem to want it back.
Imperfect.
And yours will, too?
Well, yeah, but that doesn't matter anymore.
Really?
Well, maybe a little bit.
Come on.
Oh no, Bits!
Okay.
Late fines! How much do I owe now?
Oh my god. 7.8 quintillion. I didn't even know quintillion was a number.
You don't want to know.
It would
Yeah.
have been worth
Let's just
all
say
the
your princess status really wishes you had like a giant bolt of bits right now.
Why don't you ask her?
She didn't seem to want to talk.
You surprised her, and she probably had something else on her schedule. That thing is Pat. Come on. What have you got to lose?
Now that I've messed up this much, nothing. You're right, Spike.
Yeah, except all that money you're gonna have to spend.
Where do you think she went? Crochet? Bingo? A squishy fruit?
I think I still owe money to a library. To tell you the absolute truth, I think I still owe money to a library. I just do not remember.
Pieces.
Like paintball, but with fruit.
Stop! We just want to talk to Dusty Pages for a moment. Please?
Time out! Next time.
What's up with you old... Come on. You and Granny Smith would just dominate anyone.
This really means a lot to you, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. I know I ruined your life.
It's a book thing. Character consistency is still with her.
To make it up to you. Even promise to never take a book out of the library again, if that's what it takes.
I mean...
That is not the
Okay.
reaction we expected. Twilight, dear, you've got it all backwards. I'm not upset with you.
You're not?
No.
What
If
happened?
I'm mad at any pony, it's me.
This is gonna be interesting.
All
Go for
those
it.
years I
Lay it
spent
down.
Hiding away in that library, trying to be perfect. When your book never came in, I felt something exhilarating.
What was it?
Freedom. From books?
Freedom!
I was too stubborn to know when to call it quits. It took your mistake to make me realize that I wasn't living the life I wanted.
You mean you weren't fired? You left the library because you wanted to?
Twilight, your late
Okay, so they
best thing that ever happened.
So they basically hyped that up a little weirdly. It's like, she was forced to leave. No, she left on her own.
Messing up teaches me more than getting it right.
You're sure you
Failure! Greatest teacher failure is.
Oh, good. It was
Okay,
a
that's
yellow
rude.
one. You can still see the words.
But it'll have a stain.
Well, that doesn't change the truth inside it. Wait, did you...
Well, it'll make it harder to read, but yes.
Actually, no. I guess I didn't.
Wow.
Perfection.
And the next part?
The impossible pursuit.
Right.
Oh, that
Oh, the irony.
look at earlier.
Maybe, but you just smacked it into a thing. Alright.
Your total late fees come to...
However much it is.
So high, it came full circle, and it's $0.
28 bits.
That's it?
Yeah, most ponies don't know it caps at a month. Probably because we don't tell them. Thank you. Your account is back to normal. Although we will be taking down your best book borrower picture.
Is that really?
It's fine.
It just seems so
Yes.
permanent. I mean, I did return the book after all.
And you did. Years later.
Perfection go. You want me to reshelve this for you?
No, it's an old edition. We've already replaced it with a new copy.
In that case, can we keep it? It might be a good reminder to have around.
You're sure? It's got a stain.
That's what makes it perfect.
Uh-huh. Greatness. Alright, the realism that is going on in this show, that has been going on in this show, never ceases to amaze me no matter what goes on. When it comes to characters and how they act and what they do, it's impeccable. Like, one of the main things with Twilight that's always stayed consistent is that she is a bit of a perfectionist. Like, we've noticed this simply throughout the first episode of our entire introduction with her. Like, I've been going through this with my Ultimate Analysis series, and sooner or later I'll get episode 2 out whenever I, get time. But yeah, that's one of the main things I like about Twilight, and how her character is very dynamic but stagnant at the same time. It manages to balance that out pretty impressively. We had countless episodes where she learns that taking things too seriously, getting blindsided by whatever, blah 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 blah, she has done imperfect things. But she always had the mentality of trying to keep things perfect, trying to keep things in the best possible way possible. This episode is meant to highlight that, man, not only does she mess up in her day-to-day life sometimes, she was apparently messing up from the moment we saw her. Like, as long as that book wasn't being returned, it was a huge mess up that just piled on. But it capped at a month, so it's fine. That is impressive, though. So, okay, if only we knew exactly how long went out, how long, in fact, this series has been like, the timeline. Since this says the bits cap at a month for 28. So, if you take whatever many years, or if you want to make a maximum of like 3 years, heck, you know what, I'm gonna do it just for funsies. Just for funsies, I'm gonna do it. I might cut it out if it takes too long. So if it caps at 28 bits a month, at that month, let's say 28 bits a month, and let's highball it / midball it to 3 years of a time, and each month is 31 days. Each month is 31 days. Or if it caps at 28, okay, if it caps at 28 bits on that month, let's just say 28 bits a month, just 12 months in a year, 12 times 28 is 336. 336 times, let's say, I don't know, it's definitely over 2 years, because it's because the guy said it's been years. So if he would have said it's been a year. No, it's been years. So at least over 2. Let's midball / highball it to 3 years, and that will equal up to 1,008 bits. I have no idea what the dollar to bit conversion rate is when it comes to Acretia, but if I had to pay $1,000 for a book, that's definitely excessive. So yes, I would be scared too if there wasn't a cap limit to a late fee. So that's just random basic math right there. If you have a better a way of coming up with how much money she would probably have to owe, definitely up there. But remember, this is one book. One book. If you had to pay over $1,000 for one book, I feel sorry for you. But in any case, I like this episode purely for the realism factor. Like, I also like the amount of callbacks it did in the very beginning of it. The very beginning of a big things for me involving Derpy having more screen time, talking like a regular character, just like she's no longer just, hey, we have to keep her silent for the sake of keeping her silent. No, she has a voice. We're using her, and she's using it that way. She's a male pony. We're gonna have a diddler male. She did the thing. She did, and then she goes off. She's a character. Booyah, love it, perfect. And the small reference to fan like me, Gen 1 Star Swirl. It's like, if you don't think that's a reference to the entire system of MLP, I don't know what rock are you living under? And then so on and so forth. And then a library book. It's relatable to people who actually, you know, forgot to bring in a library book. It happens all the time. It happened to me when I was going to school. We had a library right next to, I believe it was my middle school. And I don't remember what book it was, but I just remember not being able to bring it back until 5 days later. I think it's because I want to read something. I want to read something when we were going over to New Orleans, which takes but we spent the entire time there, which was like over like 7 days or something like that. And by the time my book was up, I was like, oh man, I completely forgot. So the only reason why it's late is because I was basically in another area at the time. It was no excuse to like a late fee on it, which was pretty high for just 5 days. But hey, you bring back books. That's how libraries work. Which is why I never rent anything anymore. I don't do that like at all. Like so. Just because I don't trust myself anymore, and I can relate to that. What I probably had to go through. Now, the conflict made sense. Twilight is the type. You don't have to be a Twilight to feel bad about being one of the reasons, or maybe even the main reason why a person you looked up to, or a person you had no part in their life, affecting their life in that way. When she heard that it's because of this one person didn't bring back this book, disrupting the record and having her be forced out, you would feel a bit of like guilt with that. You wanted to make it right some way. I'm with like a good percent of people who probably would think the same way, right? So it makes sense for Twilight's character, and makes sense for any character to want to feel that way to help that person out. So her trying to find her and showing her drive and determination to find her no matter what how many obstacles came in her way, she still wanted to make things right. But then it turns out, no, she was not forced out because of the imperfect record. It was because of the imperfect record that she said she wanted to leave. So it is weird how they phrase it that way. But hey, some people, word throughout the grapevine and whispers in ears going off over and over. This was a long time ago, so information can be skewed in some way and whatnot. So that makes sense also. And having the overall message be failure is the greatest teacher, and you striving for protection. It's funny how the previous episode reminded me of what The Last Jedi was trying to do, and subverting expectations. Sometimes subverting expectations is not necessarily the best form of things. It's like, I'm expecting to get a puppy tomorrow, and I get a cat. You subvert my expectations, and I do like cats, so that's fine. I expect to get a 4-course meal, but when you show up with bread. You subverted my expectations, but now I'm just kind of mad. So that's just how I think. It's okay to subvert expectations. It's okay to be a person who wants to go out on a limb. But sometimes doing like the straight and narrow is sometimes the best option, which was the last episode's pretty much message that I caught. Even if the last episode wasn't necessarily supposed to be a message, that's what I caught, and that's what I liked about the episode, actually. And this episode is supposed to be like, you can't strive for perfection. Perfection is pretty much an impossible pursuit. Your perception of perfection can be completely different from this person of perfection. So objectively and subjectively, there is such a thing as perfection, because you'll always skew it in your particular way. Like perfection can be like what people think God is. God is perfection because he can do all this sort of stuff. But then when you take into account all the things that he's done to actually mitigate a lot of different decisions that he has also made, you can have arguments for that. But, you know, I'm not a religious man. I'm just kind of a guy. So when it comes to perfection, I just believe people are who they are and they're perfect in their own particular way. I am the perfect John Roy Mitchell Jr. II. I believe I am that because I am me. I cannot be more perfect because I am whatever decision I make is a decision that I made because I am the perfect me. So I find everyone else to be perfect in their own personal way because they are them. I cannot be you no matter how hard I tried. I cannot be that guy. I cannot be you. I cannot be you. I cannot be a female. I cannot be, well, I apparently can in this day and age, but let's skew that out. In the end, I like this episode for the message, for how they managed to flow things pretty properly, and I just love the series. So, with all that being stated, hopefully you guys enjoy this episode as well. Not entirely sure when it's going to be posted out, but hopefully it's soon, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.